Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I am happy you found us, and if you're back again, thank you. I'm excited about today's video. I was kind of straightening up around the craft room and I came across all of these napkins, and it's like, I've got to do something with these. So we're going to talk about how to use napkins in a way that's kind of new and how they look on some new items. So come with me and let's get started. So I wanted to show you a couple of decoupaged items I've already done. This is a flip book. It has journaling cards in it and it's a fall theme, but this is one I did 2 years ago, and the booklet itself, the things that the napkins are decoupaged on are the craft rollers or toilet paper rollers, though they are not toilet paper, they were just craft rolls, but that shape. And that's how these look. These came out really good. Decoupage came out good on these because they're dark brown, and the color and the style really worked. And the napkins were a great way, because I had different napkins, I got a different feel. So decoupaging onto toilet paper rolls, craft rolls, works really good. And you can tell it's a very hard surface. It's very sturdy. You could also use something like this for spring, for Mother's Day. Put little, coupons for a dinner out, cleaning the house, washing her car, doing laundry, doing that sort of stuff for Mom. These rollers, craft rollers would make really cute gift. Putting gift cards to Ulta, Sephora, Old Navy, Walmart, wherever, Target, wherever her favorite stores, putting her some gift cards in one for spring or Mother's Day would be awesome too, or her birthday. So that's an idea, decoupage on the toilet paper or craft rolls. Something else that I've decoupaged on before has been a hardcover book. And as you can see, this was my journal I made a few years ago. I absolutely love this journal. It was very sturdy and it lasted until I filled it up. As you can see, I had painted the cover pink beforehand. Then I decoupaged this pretty Japanese pink flower onto it, and then in the back, instead of doing it solid, I kind of did it like it blowing away, like the flower petals were falling off and blowing away. But I did it solid on the front, and I did it on the inside cover too. You could put paper on the inside if you want, but it was just simpler for me to do that way. And then I put pictures of my fur babies that way. So decoupaging hard book covers is a great way to use napkins, and use an artistic flair though. It doesn't have to be solid. It can be in pieces, or maybe one big picture from a napkin that you like, whatever. But decoupaging books, hard book covers, really comes out nicely. Now we're going to talk about some things that aren't decoupaged yet, but we're going to do to see how they come out. And some of these you've probably already done before, but I want to do a few familiar ones for the beginners out there who have not done these before. I have a few little tips and tricks for some new decoupage items. So let's go with me. Oh, and all of this will go into a planner, a junk journal, or mixed media in any way, a journal, art journal, canvas, however you want to use it. Some common things you can decoupage on are playing cards, guest checks, the little book things like used to check out books. If you have these, you can decoupage on these, on the pocket, on the card, on both, on any size shape tag, on any size shape of playing card, and of course on envelopes of any size or shape. So those are the most common. And of course you can decoupage on paper, whether it's coffee stained, tea stained, lined papers, plain paper, book pages, junk mail. Another fun thing to decoupage on are glassine bags. They come out really pretty when you decoupage an image onto the center. And let's do one of these real quick. Let's see here. I'm going to move these out of the way, but let's pick think I'm going to do a flower since I'm all about spring. I think I'll do this one with my lavender. I'm going to move my napkins back. And remember, if you're new to decoupaging with napkins, all you do is make sure you get a single layer, which means you will pull off about 2 layers before you get to one single layer. But sometimes it's really hard to get these apart, and you just have to keep trying. Okay. Okay, so there, I got it apart. Now I'm gonna take my my glassine bag, and I'm gonna take my napkin and kind of measure out, and then trim around my lavender after I measured out kind of where it needs to go. And this is so simple to do. Now, I don't care if any of mine gets wrinkles. If you do care, you know, just be extra careful. I'll show you how to apply it where it kind of cuts down on the chance for wrinkles. Now, once you get it all trimmed to how you want it, and that's how I'm going to put it on there. Now, at this stage, if you wanted to, you could paint like a little purple behind it if you wanted to give it kind of an illusion of glowing out. You know, the purple just kind of spreading out. Or you can do it just like this. For time's sake, I'm going to do it just like this. But the purple paint behind it would look gorgeous. Now I have a new thing of decoupage here. Okay. There's my decoupage. And then first you put the decoupage on your bag itself. Whoops. And then you place your napkin where you want it. And then you start in the center and just pull out. Pull the Mod Podge out away from the center and do that all the way around. Okay? And just pull it out from the center, and that way you're not going to get rolled up on itself. And you can turn it if you need to, because sometimes going from the center out is hard for some people to go one direction. Like that's kind of hard to be smooth. And see, that way I have no wrinkles whatsoever, but look how pretty that looks. Okay, so that's the simplest way to do it. Like I said, if you wanted to elevate it to the next step, you could definitely paint purple behind it and then decoupage this on. That would look amazing as well. Okay, for some things different that you might not always decoupage on, but that's fun. Tracing paper looks really cool with decoupage on it, and it doesn't shrink up or anything. It's a really nice medium. Now, one that shrinks up and is kind of weird to work with, but vellum. But Mod Podge makes vellum curl and bubble, and it's really strange. But you can do decoupage on it. Let me get my napkin that I just used. And I'm just going to use something really small, like just part of a green plant here, just to show you what it's going to do. But the fact that you can do it, it's just be prepared and don't do very large napkin pieces at one time. Kind of take it in bits and pieces, I guess would be. Okay, so here's my napkin part right here. And all I'm going to do is get a little Mod Podge and put it right there, and I'm going to quickly put my napkin on top. And then again, I'm going to go from the center out. Okay. And there I have it Mod Podge, but do you see it starting to curl? That is like what it does, but if you don't freak out about it and just kind of let it do its thing, it really ends up giving it movement and interest. But you have to know that Mod Podge will cause vellum to curl up and bubble. Okay, so as you can see, it's trying to curl in on itself right there. I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of bubbling up a little bit too. But that's going to be really cool and give a lot of movement and interest when it dries. So I'm going to put this down and we'll revisit this before we end the video. Something else that's super fun to decoupage napkins on is cardboard. Okay? I love doing it on cardboard. It gives it a lot of movement. It just makes it super fun. And I will show you. I'm going to put some red dots on this cardboard. So, isn't that napkin cute? I thought it was adorable. I just have so many napkins and I need to get rid of them. Oh, and there's big things coming, guys. Big surprise, big announcement. Probably next week. So stay tuned. Okay. So we're pulling it apart. Save this layer because it's good for painting, cleaning up, wiping, glue, everything. Sorry, this layer. The layer you pull off. Alright, so I'm just going to take some of my circles here and trim them up. Cut out a little section. And you can rip it if you want. Like I'm going to rip it now so it'll fit on my cardboard piece better. I want it to have the jagged edges because I think that'll just look much better. Cute, cute. Now we're just going to put some decoupage like normal onto our cardboard. And then we're going to put our napkin on, just like we've been doing. And then we're just going to apply some top coat. And if it kind of rips, because that time I didn't go from the center and I had it rip, but that's fine. Okay, and that's how it looks. And we're going to let it dry. And there will be, all of this will be showcased at the end of the video. So very cool. It's going to look really neat. Okay, next is something totally you probably have never done before. And that's decoupage on blue jeans. Now blue jeans are great to use in journals. They make great borders on pages. They make wonderful pockets, tuck spots. They make wonderful pages themselves because they're sturdy and, you know, stiffer than a lot of material. And what I love to do is decoupage in the center to make it like the star. When you flip over it and then you see this, it looks really cool. And I had a napkin that I just was really, how cool will that look decoupaged on the blue jeans? I think that's going to look amazing. So let me cut this out real quick because it's already just the sheet I need. Save that. Now, how cute is that going to look? But you know what? Because the blue jean's dark and it's kind of muting my pretty orange flower. Remember how I talked about maybe doing the purple behind the lavender on the bag? But we just did plain. It looked good. Well, on this one, what we're going to do is we're going to do some white on the blue jeans because I want this orange flower to really have the vibrancy. So we're just going to, and this is just plain white acrylic paint that I'm just going to throw on here. And then once that dries, we're going to come back and put our orange flower. So I'm just going to run my little heat gun over this super fast. Okay, so it's dry now. What I'm going to do is move the paintbrush out of the way, move the paint out of the way real quick. And we're going to decoupage our napkin on. This is going to be fun. So I'm just going to do this the way we've been doing it. I'm just going to put my glue down on here. Okay, and then I'm going to put my flower Oh, and see how much better that looks now compared to earlier? Then we're going to go from out, out, out. Oh, and I wrinkled it, but that's okay. If you wrinkle something, go slow. I didn't go slow. Now we'll visit this in a little bit, but how pretty is that going to be on this blue jean? Perfect flip out page. I'm super excited. Blue jeans are so fun to do. Now, another item that we don't decoupage very much, but that looks wonderful when we do it, is clear packaging. And clear packaging, this is just something that, I don't know, something came in, like a little card or something, and I left the black little board in it just so it would hold it stiff so I could decoupage on it. And I think what we're going to put on this one is, let's see. Okay, so for our packaging, this is our packaging. Sorry, my battery died. And I am going to decoupage this part of the honeycomb on it. I left the card in it just to keep the shape while I do this. I'm super excited. I think this is going to look amazing. Packaging is one of the funnest things to decoupage on, and it's one of the most unexpected. Okay, so all you do is take your clear packaging, same thing, put your decoupage on the packaging, and then put your napkin, and then from the center out, remember to go slow. If you go too fast, you can tear or it will wrinkle. And not too hard either. Okay? And then we'll have this at the end of the video. Now, another thing that is kind of different to decoupage on is a clothespin. They look really good decoupaged on, and again, at the end of the video, I will show you that one. Okay, the last thing that's kind of unusual to decoupage are big buttons. And remember, the color of your button will show through on your decoupage. And this is green. Now, you could paint it white. That's fine. What I'm going to do is use this pattern on here because the green, if it does influence the colors, will not be a big deal. So, we're going to take our button, and my brush is just full of decoupage. I decoupage the top of it. I'm going to take my napkin, and of course, and you could even wrap a napkin all the way around the button if you want. I'm just going to do the top, and we're going to let it dry, and then we'll check it out in a little bit. Here is our clothespin real quick. I thought I would show you because I already had, I'm going to use this part of the napkin that went on the jeans, and you just line it up where you want it. And then you just come back with your and let it dry, and then we'll just pull it off and it will be decoupaged. I hope you found some new things that you could decoupage on for your journals to make them even cooler than they already are, like the jeans, the packaging, the vellum, the buttons, the clothespins. There's so many things. There's so many uses. So if you have as many napkins as I do, pull out your Mod Podge and get busy because the possibilities are endless. Thanks for being here today, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure and hit that subscribe button and that little bell because there are great things coming. Big announcement next week you don't want to miss. Thanks for being here. Bye.